And we are back for more 3C2A playoff basketball. This is Saddleback Basketball on SportsNetUSA.net, and we are at Bobcat Gym. I am Corey Neyland alongside Mark Pavlovich, and we're ready for the women to take on LA Mission in their first round matchup. As the men beat Chaffee 95-83, the women hope to have the same outcome.
They should, Corey. I mean, if they played as well as they did, even though they did not beat Orange Coast their last game, that was a fun basketball game. This is a very talented women's team with an excellent head coach who understands the playoffs. And when you look at them understanding the playoffs, they should be able to get out of the first round.
And as LA Mission, the number 24 seed in the playoffs, there's 24 teams that make it, did not know that this is their only the second year of the women's basketball program. Somehow we missed that. Outstanding work for head coach Vicky Oganyan in her second season, 15-13, 6-6 in the Conference of Western State. They start Crystal Pasaye, a 5'6" sophomore from Valley Academy of Arts and Sciences. Erin Tapasio, a 5'2" freshman guard from Calabasas High School. Victoria Eufrasio, a 5'9" freshman from Arleta. Nat Gaspar gets the start, a 5-foot sophomore from San Fernando High School. And Ashley Martin, who has 3 double-figure games this season out of John Burroughs High School, where Coach Oganyan used to coach, who's 5'8" at the other guard. The starting lineup for Saddleback. Second team all-conference, Michaela Rutledge, a 5'8" sophomore from Murrieta Valley, part of the 500-point club. Mariana Mina, a freshman from El Toro High School who stands 5'3". Kaylin Mendez, a 5'6" sophomore from Portola High School, second team all-conference. First team all-conference, Nina Psyche, a 5-foot freshman from Portola High School as well. And third team all-state and first team all-conference, Cassidy Beach, a 6'1" sophomore center from Los Alamitos High School. Prior is Westcliff College. Head coach is Jordan Hamamoto in his second season. Another turnaround success story. 7 wins last year, 20 wins this year. First round playoff. It's good to be a Bobcat.
It is. It is. As we are the late night game here on SportsNetUSA.net and the 3C2A.
Beach will jump with Eufrasio, and the tip is controlled by Martin. So first quarter, Gaspar, one of the steal leaders in the Western State Conference. Here's Basaye. She's running the point there without their first team all-conference performer, best player, Hart Lysinger. Eufrasio with 4. Nat Gaspar. Bank is open from 3.
That's how you use the clock, all of it, and then get your change at the end of it.
3-0 early on. Nina says, we're going to match that. In and out. She does not. Rebound bounce to Gaspar. Gaspar's got quick hands, Mark. She's got 5 games with 5+ steals on the season. Tapasio to Martin. The Eagles in their blue, backdoor cut underneath with their reverse. Cannot drop is Tapasio. Here's Nina Psyche running the break. Transition 3 from Rutledge. Oh, so good. So good. The X Factor, her and Kalina Akinaka will get them far in the playoffs if they perform well. 3-3 first quarter. Gaspar doesn't connect, but Eufrasio says, let's do a second time. Back door one more time. Basaye can't convert, Mark. That's the second missed layup for the Eagles. Psyche for three. No good. There's Cassidy for the rebound. No foul on the putback, and she comes up hobbling. And Mark, she is struggling just a little bit. Akinaka will check in at the next dead ball. Pasaye, who was also an all-conference performer. Ufrasio from the corner misses. Nina with the rebound. Mendez for three. Quick release. Settles home.
So we've already seen that Saddleback's going to play Saddleback basketball. Corey's already talked about school record for most three-point shots in a season, school record for most made three-point shots in a season.
Underneath, no good on the drive, and that's Lapasio with the miss. Ahead of the pack again as Mendez almost traveled. 6-3 the score. Back to Mendez. Another three, baseline variety, no, rebound Beach. And here's where their advantage is. On the putback, no, that's the second time she's been bumped, and no foul called. Stop and pop, three attempt off right. Martin, second chance. That's the third second chance opportunity they've had with 6:33 first quarter. Gaspar bullies her way inside, misses, but there's Ufrasio, no good. Beach clears. And this is where Saddleback really needs to get their rhythm. Free throw line jumper for Mina, smooth. And have an efficient and effective offensive outing.
Yeah, and Corey, this is one of those games, because it's a late starting game, you want to make sure you take the game away from your opponent.
And there's Pasaye. Gets her own shot and a reach-in foul. Take your pick. Rutledge was there. Mina was there. Or excuse me, Psyche was there. And it does go on Nina.
Well, we've already seen the attitude of Saddleback College. They're going to play with the three-point shot all night long and see if it will be that thing that allows them to run away from their opponent tonight.
That's Pasaye. Steps to the line, 5'6" freshman, 13 double-figure games this season. She connects. All conference meet we mentioned in the Western State.
Watch the spin she puts on the ball for a free throw. Pretty interesting.
And loose ball foul over the back by Ashley Martin, her first personal, and that's the team's first. 8-4, the score early on. Akinaka, number 4 in gray with the red Bobcat trim. Mendez to Psyche. She can hit that. Back to Mendez. Hit one earlier. Not this time. She's 1 for 3 from 3. And Mark, you just mentioned a more subdued pace. Game time scheduled to start at 7:30. Tip off at 8. Gaspar, two-person game, stolen by Mendez. Rutledge, cross courts to Psyche. Weave up top, back to Nina. Straight away three, bangs home.
See, she just got to get further away from the basket. That's her problem. She was too close the last couple times.
11-4. Jade Banks will check in. As soon as there's a stop in possession. Gaspar off with glass, no good. She has the only 3 of the ball game. Only field goal for the Eagles. 1 free throw made. Akinaki running, rim to rim, no good. Gets her own board. 4:26 first quarter. Mendez. She is now 1 for 4 from 3 and ties up Gaspar. Jump ball, alternating arrow, stays with Saddleback. Good crowd here for a second game. Late game is Banks in, Rutledge out.
And one earlier tonight here on SportsNetUSA.net.
95-83 was the score. Mendez drives, blocking foul, charging foul. You make the call. The official says it is a charge. As Mendez bowled her way into Martin. Martin moved those puppies up and down. Got into position.
Stay in front of somebody. That's it. I mean, it's the old thing. If you move your feet defensively, you can set yourself and you're going to get the call. Most people will stand there, move a hip, a shoulder, try to reposition the torso, and that's why they don't get the call.
LA Mission without their best player. Art Lissing, the team's first team all-conference, 17 double-doubles, 8 times 20 points per game. And there is a foul, an illegal screen on Ashley Martin.
I like how the two officials looked at each other before they called it, and the one official started pointing for the illegal screen or the block. The back official, Corey, just sort of stared at him. And I thought they were going to have a conversation to say, this is what I saw.
And 2 of the contests thus far, Mark, have been OEC versus Western State Conference North. As Banks on the interior tied up. This time it's going the other way to LA Mission. So Fullerton played the second place team, Santa Barbara, and they beat Santa Barbara as Martin checks out. Nayeli Rodriguez checks in out of Arleta. And so the second place team loses. LA Mission finished 4th, and they're playing the second place team in the OEC. One of 3 second place teams from the OEC. Down low, Rodriguez with the reverse, up high, and scores the bucket. Pretty reverse by Miss Rodriguez. 11-6 early on, first quarter. 3 minutes. Beach checks back in. Cassidy rumbles through the lane. She's fouled. This time she gets the call. She'll head to the line where she shoots 78% to go along with her 15 points and 9 rebounds a game. Banks out, Rutledge in, Mina out, Mendez in. As we mentioned, Mark, 3rd team all-conference. Excuse me, 3rd team all-state. 1st team all-conference, so 3rd team all-state in the South region. Is Cassidy, and she makes both. Turnover forced. 7-point lead.
Remember, the women's game is 4 quarters. The men's game is 2 halves. I've often found I enjoy the women's game a little more because it seems to be quicker.
Psyche with the head and shoulder and the finish. She's got 5. 15-6. Lasalle to Gaspar in the corner. Rodriguez brings it out. Lasalle bodied up by Psyche. Bullies her way through, up and under. Crystal has 3 points now. 15-8, 2:20. Akinaka launches a 3, misses, but Beach is there underneath. No good. Left is short. Last touch by Cassidy. So again, Mark, those buckets underneath. Now, you're not going to call that one a chippy because it was contested, but you got to finish those, especially in the second round in your next opponent if you get to the second round and the next opponent.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, Corey. It's those little misses. It's not the gigantic three-pointer. It's the little misses that will kill you in the game of basketball. The easy ones.
Winner of this matchup places Woodface Glendale. Rodriguez with the turnaround. Looking like Audie Crooks down below. Beach, no. Rutledge, no with the left. So again, Saddleback, they're up 15-10. They made a few threes, made a couple layups with 1:22 to play. First quarter going through the motions. There's a moving screen by Rufracio.
And Corey, here's the thing. You take the outside shot, your partner goes down low, contains the rebound, has an easy one to get it in, and then rushes the shot instead of taking their time, even if they take that rhythm dribble to make sure they can make that. They would be up by 10 right now easily.
Song Jackson checks in for LA Mission wearing number 0 in their blue unis. Mendez has it with Psyche at the 3. Beach sets a screen. Cassidy rolls. Mendez uses it. Blocking foul on Rodriguez. LA Mission, their bench and sideline don't like it, but that's a good call. You like Rodriguez trying to get there. Just a step too late. She'll send Kaylin to the line. Born in Canada, Miss Mendez was. And Mark, you're gonna love this stat.
I'm ready.
She shoots a lot of threes, but she's only 56% from the line.
What is she, 56% for free threes too?
No.
Oh, okay.
And there she is, 1 for 1, or excuse me, 1 for 2.
I blame you. She heard you.
Rodriguez is aggressive, forces the foul on Rutledge. As again, Saddleback not ready to play defense. So it's 16-10. The Eagles trying to cut the lead to 4 with 2 made free throws. And 55 seconds left. Kalina checks in for Cassidy. Rodriguez and Martin, Rufracio around the key, short. In the backcourt, Pasaye and Topacio. That is for the Eagles. Second free throw drops for Rodriguez. And Rodriguez, she's got 5 quick points in the first quarter. Saddleback with the ball, Mendez. Mina running baseline, high screen by Akanaka, excuse me. Last touched.
And they just don't look sharp in this first quarter.
After that men's game, it might take them this quarter to get into the ball game. Sometimes you're so ready to play, and after that game, at the last 2 minutes takes 30 of the men's game, you get out of your rhythm. Mina, who has 1 bucket already. Mendez has it stolen. Topacio coming the other way. With Jackson from Birmingham High School. 17 to shoot. Shot clock is off. Jackson with the step through hard off the backboard. Here the Bobcats the other way. Rutledge thought about a 3 with 6. Still have time. 4-3. Mendez with 2 and 1. Rims out. No good. That will end the quarter with Saddleback up 5, 16-11. This is Bobcat basketball on Sportsnet USA.net. As we were mentioning the standings, and we were mentioning the next the winner of this game plays Glendale, who Coach Oganyan coached at Glendale and was an assistant coach. And it's interesting, Mark, she was a 40-year-old player.
Wow.
So she went back. She's been a head coach of Burroughs High School for 20 years, over 400 wins. That's cool. But she didn't play college basketball. And so I was reading the articles about her and everything, and the 2020 or 2019 season she played for Glendale when they made their runs and really began being that upper echelon team in the South. She was on those teams and part of the coaching staff before that.
So Perry Webster, when you start to have that downfall, I mean, there's Corey Neyland and Ryan Osborne. Put them together, they're about 75. Divided by 2, that makes them 37. You're okay, Perry. You've got at least 2 minutes worth of basketball from the 2 of them.
That's generous.
I was going to say.
I was going to say about 30 seconds. And you look at the standings for that Western State North Conference. Moore Park led the way. They went undefeated. Santa Barbara was 10-2, and they lost to Fullerton. Ventura 8-4, who's struggling against Long Beach, and LA Mission 6-6. Those teams made the playoffs. OEC, well, it was Irvine Valley, a resurgence for Irvine Valley and the Lasers, 10-2, and a 3-team tie at second place, 8-4, between Cypress, Orange Coast, and your Saddleback Bobcats. Fullerton 5-7, Santa Ana 3-9. All those teams made the playoffs, and all those teams are doing well. We'll give you scoring updates at the next dead ball around the 3C 2A as we start the second quarter with Cassidy down low to Kalina underneath. Got to make them now. That mark is a chippy.
3-9 in conference, and you're in the playoffs?
Missed 3 by Pasaye because they had a good overall record, well above 500, and played a tough schedule. Cassidy, key jumper, no. Akinaka, got to put that up next time, but kick out and restart. Psyche and Rutledge round out the 5 to start the second quarter. Beach one more time, showing range. She's got 4, 18-11. And Mark, you mentioned that 3-9. And here's the interesting aspect about it. They deserve to be there because, well, the rest of the teams were under 500 that they were working with. But again, they played in the toughest conference and still had a tough record. And Nat Gaspar cuts the lead back to 5. Mendez on the crossover, down low, Akinaka. No, that's past to herself. It didn't hit the rim. But they play on. Mendez cutting Rutledge underneath. She's fouled. Pasaye from behind in front of Frasio. They get Pasaye with the push.
You know, I know you say that, Corey, but we've talked. Ed Ford has invoked the Ed Ford rule multiple times with teams that aren't at least 500. And maybe you have too many teams in the playoffs. Why 24? 24 in the South, 24 in the North. That's 48 teams. Give everybody a gold star. It's time to realign 3C, 2A sports anyway.
Gaspar with the rock working. 5 points for Nat. She hit the first bucket of the game, which was a 3. Almost a steal by Beach up top. Martin with the left. She uses backboard, and she gets her first 2. The honorable mention all-conference performer. Lead. Biggest has been 7, consistent at 5. Kalina passes to herself one more time, but they're going to say that one hit backboard. Third chance coming. Take that 3. Misses that 3. Rebound, the smallest person on the floor is Nina Psyche, and she resets for the 4th chance at a bucket. Cassidy's in the key for a long, long time. She gets out. Kalina 0 for 3 this trip. Can't buy a bucket. Tapacio. Person-to-person defense employed. Reach up by Akinaka. And Martin's shot rims out from 5. Thought it was in. Mendez with the body, no call. Martin aggressive D. Gaspar. And with this flow in the first quarter and halfway through the second quarter, almost halfway through, Martin kick out. Basaye. No, front rimmed it, blocked by Beach. She gets 1 a game. And here's Psyche the other way. The crowd has not been able to get involved yet.
No, nothing to cheer about at this stage of the game.
Psyche's 3 rims out. Martin another rebound. That's 5 rebounds for Ashley Martin. Kalina going for the steal. She's 0 for 6 shooting in this game thus far. 6:02 to play second quarter. Kalina out. Michaela out. Mariana Mina in, and Shajade Banks check in as well. And it's interesting, Mark, between Cassidy Beach and there's another 3 by Nat Gaspar. Misses everything, and Nina Psyche touches it last. With them in the ball game, both 6 feet, one is 6 feet, one is 6'1". They have the opportunity to be, not going to say dominant in the paint, but big factors in the paint down low. But they haven't yet been able to establish, and that's Cassidy's 2nd rebound. Volleyball spike, if you will, out of bounds.
Well, Corey, you've talked about it too. When they've had their shots down low, they've just thrown them up, and they haven't been close.
And Ashley Martin is keeping LA Mission in the ball game, 20-17. Mina? No. Banks? Yes. She had a game Mark Shajay did, which she had 16 rebounds in one game, and that was at the Colleen Rowdy, I believe. That she got 16 big rebounds, 22-17. 5:15 remains, second quarter. Taken away, Shajay is there, alternating arrow. That's going back to LA Mission. And there's a timeout taken by LA Mission and Vicky Oganyan. With 5:11 to play in the first half, it is Saddleback 22, Eagles 17. This is Bobcat basketball on SportsNetUSA.net.
So Chaffee and Rio Hondo played. Santa Barbara lost to Fullerton. You mentioned Long Beach and Ventura. What happened in that game, Corey?
Long Beach 66, Ventura 50 with 2:50 to play in the game. That's the fourth quarter.
Copper Mountain and Bakersfield?
Bakersfield beat Copper Mountain 69-66.
Okay. And then Santa Ana beat San Diego Mesa?
San Diego Mesa and Santa Ana, the last I heard, they were at half. And in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes to play, Santa Ana 49, San Diego Mesa 45.
So Santa Ana wins. They take on the number 1 team for the women. That would be Mount Sac.
So we shall see. That Santa Ana game might be over, but we'll check back in just a little bit. Out of the timeout, there's 10, there's 7. Lufracio drives the left lane. No good, but she's fouled. Again, just a little bump. First personal, second team.
Get that little sweet kiss off the front of the rim. It goes up high and then just says, let me float down the middle of the basket.
Ayarkin's second one doesn't fall. Beach's fourth rebound. Mendez thought about a quick release three. Nice up and under, good poke away by Gaspar. Beach, second chance, poked away by Gaspar one more time, and Beach goes down hard. And she gets up gingerly. Topacio, double teamed by Banks. In the key, Gaspar thought about a three. Sets the offense, only down by 4. If you come into a game, Mark, without your best player and your leading scorer, and you're taking on a team who just lost to OCC and who's supposed to be laser focused, this is how you want to start the game if you're LA Mission. You're only down by 4 and you're in it, and you've got the Bobcats disjointed.
Well, you've got to have role players that this is their opportunity to say to the coach, hey, you know what? This is how I said I could play all year long. And it has nothing to do with the star player not being in there, but it's you're counted on now. You've got to make those baskets.
Song Jackson, she puts it off short rim. No, and Nina Psyche out of the pack with Mariana Mina. Mina, hesitation dribble. Little English for 2. She's got 4. 24-18. Now a 6-point lead. Bobcats, let's see, they're not known as a pressing team with only 7 players. Rodriguez hesitation, spins it up off with the reverse. She out here playing Uno, 24-20, 3:39. Psyche counters with the 3, she does not. Rutledge underneath. She can't put it back, but Pasaye. No, they get Gaspar from behind. Second personal, Michaela. Mom, Allison played at San Diego State University. Three for 3 from the line. Looking to go 4 for 4. She goes 4 for 4. She's got 7 points. 73 pointers made. That mark led the team this season. Jackson. Kick out. Pasaye. Quick release. Splash down. She's got 6. Down low, knocked away by Gaspar, 26-23. And you notice the energy in the building is on coming from the right side of the floor, and that belongs to LA Mission. As Talia Herdsman checks in out of Burbank High School, Ashley Martin checks out. For Saddleback, Caitlin Mendez comes out of the ball game. Akanaka checks back in. Beach in the lane, leaves it softly. She's got 6. Another 3 by Pasaye, feeling it, but off. Psyche on the near side. Down Akanaka. Again, this time she uses the glass and she gets her first 2. She's 1 of 7. Good interior pass play. Herdsman long. Knocked out of there and last touched on the sideline by Psyche as she tries to save it on the far side. 30-23 with 2:32 to play in the first half.
And this is where if you're a Saddleback fan, you'll just say, okay, if we can sleepwalk through the first half, maybe the second half will wake up and then we will pull away.
Fracio and Gaspar. Gaspar has played a solid point. Another three. She hit the first. Not that one. Beach crashes into everybody. And a loose ball foul. You love the way she plays, though. That reckless abandon. That's her second personal. Third team foul. And that'll bring Mendez back in for Cassidy. Inbound, almost catastrophic for the Eagles, but they get it back. Psyche pressuring up. Gaspar with 10. Step back, 3. Careens to the right side. Nina. Mendez. Nina thought about the 3. Good looking guard out there. Mendez couldn't decide if she wanted to take the shot, didn't want to take the shot, took the shot, and out of bounds. To say that was not aesthetically pleasing. There is a check word for that.
Did you say it on the air?
Oshklivi.
Oh, okay.
Now, did I say it right? That's the question. Nayeli Rodriguez checks back in for Herdsman. So they're down 7 with 1:45 to play in the half. Pasaye, all conference, gets cut off by Mendez. Resets the offense with Gaspar. 10. Shot clock winding down. Pins in the lane against Psyche. Psyche, they say she got a little hip check. She did.
It's really a chicken wing there, too.
No chicken wing. That was a hip check, Mark. That's a good play by Gaspar. She's got 9 points, looking for 10. She wants to be the first player in double figures for either team.
Oh, I thought you were mentioning no chicken wings on the ride home. I just, you know.
And there's a loose ball rebound underneath Rodriguez. No. And here's Saddleback the other way. Mendez driving all the way. Step through. Gets blocked by Eufrasio. Gaspar the other way, working hard. And she cuts the lead to 3. LA Mission said we came to play. Mendez gets fouled by Gaspar. Both girls go down hard. Both players go down hard, excuse me.
Well, the word came out from LA Mission that Fullerton beat number 2. Why can't they win?
Western State Conference number 2 team. Not the number 2 team.
Hey, no, a number 2 is a number 2.
No.
See, I mean, you know,
No.
if I'm the coach, we beat number 2.
No.
I don't care where they were number 2 at. We beat number 2. I talked to Dan. Dan's going to say, you do know we beat a team that was number 2.
Akinaka, Rutledge off the screen. Good closeout by Pasaye. Here's Mina, splits 3 defenders, leaves it for Kalina. 32-27 now. Tapasio running with the pack. Brings it back to Crystal Pasaye. Season high 26 points. Stolen by Mendez. Good anticipation. Working 1-on-2. She's bumped and converts. Playing through the contact. 18 seconds, 7-point lead. Rodriguez, nowhere to go. Hounded by Kalina. Gets it back on the give and go. Spins in the lane, got away with a walk. Now in the key, Eufrasio now. Turns, spins, outside with 1. And there's a foul. No foul, no bucket. That'll end the half on a wild skirmish. So at the end of 2, 34-27, Saddleback with a 7-point lead. Hasn't been the prettiest, but they got the lead on sportsnetusa.net.
Well, nobody ever said sports had to be pretty, you know. Nobody ever said, hey, it's got to look sweet. I mean, let's be realistic. All our fans care about one thing. Did my team win? And when they won, they beat the number 2 team. That just shows you how good we are.
No. They won.
They won. They beat the number 2 team.
No.
See, that's what losers tell you. No. But the winners know they beat the number 2 team.
So on the men's side, Southwestern, at the time that we're looking at this, 54-49 lead over Riverside from the OEC. So we'll go back. Let's refresh that scoreboard in just a moment. As we have Foothill beat Butte up north 104-79. Okay, so now with 6:59 to play, Southwestern still has a lead over Riverside, but it is now 58-55.
How much time?
7 minutes.
Oh, lots of time.
Palomar 74-70 over Bakersfield with 2:50 to play on the clock. And Albert Robles over there at East Los Angeles, 90-86 over Santa Ana. On the clock, it says 1 minute and 7 seconds remain. So we'll see how that one goes down. Let's take a look in just a moment. As we sit at the half here on the women's side. The women have a lead over LA Mission, 34-27.
Albert's had a good one.
Yeah, Albert's got
Sports
a great,
net. Yeah, he's got a great game, doesn't he?
So that doesn't come back up for us. So we'll move on to the next score. San Bernardino over Canyon, 70-54. Irvine Valley up 13 with 3:25 to play over Moore Park in the first round. Let's see, one more score from down south. Antelope Valley beat Mount San Jacinto. That's a mild upset, 100-73. So that's going to be a big upset because of the score. So that's on the men's side. Now as we get to the women's side of the ledger. And don't forget, Friday, Mark, something's coming up on Friday on SportsNetUSA.net. Refresh my memory.
Got a little softball going on. Mount Sac, who has been on a roll, and I'm not talking about a French roll. When I looked at their last stats, in their last 6 games, they've scored over 70 runs. This was a program that Ed Ford and myself were told by multiple coaches, boy howdy, this is a down year. Poor Mount Sac. There's confusion, there's disarray. Well, if that's confusion and disarray, a lot of teams would like to have the same thing they've got. El Camino walked in there. Everybody thought El Camino should be the number 1 team in RPI rankings, and they got spanked big time. Run rule by Mount Sac. So we'll see what Brad Pickler's got this coming Friday at 2 o'clock on Sportsnet, USA.net. Mount Sac against Cypress College. Ed Ford, Albert Robles, and myself here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
And a couple finals for the women's side. Mark, Long Beach beat Ventura 68-50. Santa Ana 51-48 winners over San Diego Mesa. So that 3-9 team won that ball game. Rio Hondo and Chafee going to overtime on the women's side. LA Trade Tech 62-52 over Victor Valley. They're still 143 to play in that one. And then we sit at 34-27. So those are your scores going into it. And you've been asking me, Mark, about the all-state team.
Yeah, I have.
Okay, and it's 90-89 now for that East LA and Santa Ana men's game. So Talia McPherson, she was the South Player of the Year. So she made the team. The first team selections, and I'm just going to go through the South region. Melina Tolliver from Moore Park, Carson Marshall and Elizabeth Udezi from Mount San Jacinto and Mount Sac, respectively. Samantha Barnett from Irvine Valley and Chris Jackson from Cypress. They were the first team players this year in the South region. The second team, again, a lot of the players, okay, let me put it this way. All of the players are going to be from conference winners and basically second place teams. Kalani Peralta from Moore Park, Shadell French, who is going to be interesting. If Saddleback can move past and they face Glendale, Shadell French might be the best post player in the state of California. She definitely rebounds, averaging a double-double. It'll be interesting what Beach and Akanaka can do against them, against French, in the next round. And Nyla Anderson from Miracosta, Stevie Lundquist from San Diego Mesa, who just got bounced by Santa Ana, and Hannah Lysing from Moore Park. Hart is not playing for LA Mission tonight. That's the second team. And the third team, and I go back to mention, Jackson is a second team. French is a second time. Anderson also second time state players, all state players. The third team looks like Cassidy Beach, your Bobcat, makes the third team. Kiara Williams from Mount San Jacinto, Dylan C. from Mount Sac, Maya Barnes from Long Beach City, Malaya Joseph from Orange Coast, and Mariah Henderson from Cypress. They round out the third team for all state in the South region.
Any surprises for you, or would you just say because you follow women's basketball in a non-sleep way? Corey can't find sleep. He'll find 3C2A women's basketball to watch, so he knows these players. Corey, any surprises there, or
no surprises? I mean, you know what? It's like the softball top 25. Any surprises?
Not really.
No, I mean, you've got, and we'll go back to softball since that's coming up on Friday. You need to get the audience ready for Friday. San Mateo, Palomar, West Valley, top three teams in the state. I was looking for the OEC teams, and the first OEC team is Cypress. They're at number 7. And then you have another OEC team in Fullerton at number 16. But that's it for the top 20.
It's early.
Okay.
It's early. I'll always say that about softball. I think softball gets over anxious about ranking teams and RPI with teams, and I think everybody needs to let it play out. Then you need to get into conference play, let people beat the heck out of each other, and then sort of halfway through, if there's tournaments, because there usually is about halfway through the season, there'll be a couple tournaments, then you can go back. I mean, I went through the Mary Nutter. I had nothing to do the other day. So I went through Mary Nutter, which we used to broadcast here on SportsNetUSA.net out in Palm Springs. And, Corey, you'd see the big teams win, the big teams lose. The teams you didn't think would win. They'd win 3 or 4. And you sit there and you go, yeah, it's still that time of the season where everybody's trying to figure out what they've got. You know? Yeah, I'd like to be number 1, but the only thing that matters is me making it to the College World Series, and that means I'd like to win my conference. I'd like to get a regional. I'd like to host the Super Regionals. And then when I do, if you're a Southern California team, you just hope you don't play UCLA, especially if you're a state university.
Exactly. And if you're looking that final at East LA 91, Santa Ana 89.
Wow. Nice call, Albert.
And if you're wondering what your Saddleback Bobcat softball team is doing, Mark, right now they're at 11-6 on the season. By far, well, not by far, but they've played the most games. Well, they're tied with Santiago Canyon. Both played 17 games this season. Santiago Canyon's 8-9. Golden West 9-5. Orange Coast 3-5. Riverside is 4-9, Coach Michelle Dodona. Miss Dodona got her 600th win last week against College of the Canyon. Santa Ana, they got blanked, they got blanked one time, but this weekend they lost 29-3.
Wow.
In 2 games. And the top, again, Saddleback 11-6, Cypress 2-1, Fullerton 5-2. Like you said, early on this season, we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, and we know the teams that'll probably be there. We know Mount Sac, even though everybody told Ed and myself, not going to be there. They will.
You like to embellish.
What?
They said they were down, not that they wouldn't be there.
They said there was chaos in the program.
Yeah.
That players were leaving the program.
Mm-hmm.
That they didn't have anybody. This was the year that Mount Sac was going to, and everybody's going to laugh at them. You know, then you can go down south. You can watch Palomar and what they do with softball. So it's all those teams that we've seen before will play out. The OEC usually has something great. Cody with Cerritos is going to show us something. Megan with Long Beach City College. Megan's always got a team there. Then you look at El Camino. Extremely impressive early in the year. We saw them play. So, you know, it's like Ed would say if he was sitting up here now, he'd start naming off teams and say these are the 9 teams that will be here from the south and these are the 9 teams that will be there from the north, because you need to let things play out.
So a recap during this. And you know what? You see the fans on the court dunking the basketball. That's a problem. Because what happens when they dunk the basketball and the rim breaks? Then
we at sportsnetusa.net have to go off the air because Ed said, I'm not keeping you guys on the air while they're fixing a rim.
Yeah, we reserve the right. So those finals again from down here in the South region. Palomar over Pasadena. Mm-hmm. So they advance to the next round.
Who are they playing when they advance? Oh. Well, I can take myself and look at it too, right? Pasadena. Who'd they play?
Palomar.
Oh, there they are, Palomar. So Pasadena's advancing.
Palomar is advancing.
They're playing Miracosta or Miracosta.
That should be a good one. Fullerton over Santa Barbara. I think they're in the Moore Park region.
They are going to play Mount San Jacinto.
Should be a good game if they can play defense. Bakersfield over Copper Mountain.
That is going to be Bakersfield at Moore Park.
2 Western State rivals, if you will. Let's see. Also, Long Beach over Ventura.
So Long Beach is going to take on Coach B at Cypress.
Should be a good game. I believe Cypress beat them earlier this season. And Santa Ana beat San Diego Mesa.
So they take on the number 1 team in the southern section.
It's been nice for Santa Ana. Mm-hmm. But that would be a huge upset if they can get it. But the way Mount Sac is playing, we shall see. Chaffee is beating Rio Hondo. So the winner of that game would play.
Chaffee would play. So Chaffee would play Irvine Valley.
Okay, so if they win that ball game, they play Irvine Valley. Rio Hondo's putting up a good effort, though, against Chaffee. LA Trade Tech beat Victor Valley.
So they're playing Orange Coast College, the Pirates.
That should be a good game. And Orange Coast, they're set up for a run. Orange Coast beating Saddleback on Saturday was huge.
It was. They looked like we thought Orange Coast should look.
Well, it was huge because of playoff seedings. Because Saddleback would have got the bye, and Orange Coast would have been playing tonight.
Oh, wow.
And now we have the last game of the evening.
Is that us? We're the last game of the evening?
We are the last game of the
okay.
evening. Second half, 10 minutes, third quarter. Let's see what you got. Rutledge and Mina. Beach and Psyche. Mendez. Psyche for three. Too easy. 10-point lead. Bobcats employ a press. 1-3-1. Good passing. Ball didn't touch the ground once. Lasalle for a three does not counter. 37-27. And Mark, how'd you like to start off that offensive possession? 1 pass, 2 pass, 3. Sounds like a kid's book.
Yeah, it does. And basically that's what people would like to see in basketball.
Beach, down low. Whoa, baby hook. She gets the lead to 12. Gaspar. Mendez with the hand check. Martin's been effective on the left side. She's going to turn back to her left. No, she goes with the right this time. I didn't really notice, Mark. She's ambidextrous.
Yeah, she can both ways, and that's really nice.
Mendez, she misses the three. But there's Rutledge with the second chance. Mina. No. Martin, rebound. Lasalle running the break. No numbers. Good transition defense. Eufrasio on that left wing. Seven to shoot. Fasio uses the bounce, gets to the rack, puts it in. And timeout taken by LA Mission, 39-29. Minute 54 gone in the third quarter. Nice take by Eufrasio.
And a really nice start by your Bobcats, because we talked about it, Corey. Not smooth, no rhythm. Looked like they were sleepwalking. Couldn't make a shot if they had to. Couldn't make a free throw if they wanted to. And you sort of went, oh, this game is set up for an upset. That we needed to see the team that you've talked about all year long here on SportsNetUSA.net. And they finally come out that way. And again, Corey, I know you're set a season record for the most shots for three-point country, but you've also set a record for the most shots made from three-point country.
In that first half, Saddleback was 7 of 8 from the free throw line. So Beach has it underneath. We'll give you more individual stats. And there's Michaela Rutledge down low. Something you don't see often from Michaela.
No, but she's got a quick little turn when she's underneath the basket, and she can go either way, left or right.
And you like the look from her down there because she can be dominant. And there's a steal attempt, no. And Eufrasio cannot make them pay. Cross-court pass, Mariana, wide open three. Has time to set her feet, doesn't drop. Mendez has it taken away by Martin. Martin very active. Lasalle rushed it. And that flyby by Rutledge threw off her timing. As Nayeli Rodriguez. Jumping jacks at the scorer's table will check in.
Okay, now we're going to get a conversation about that shot. It's staying down there, Corey.
Inbound violation. So 39-29, third quarter of play. Rodriguez inbounds. Up top to Pasaya. 15. Martin Deliberate down low, turn, spin. Look good. Doesn't convert though, but nice offensive move by Martin. Saddleback quickly up the floor. Mendez working 1-on-3. She's bumped out of the shot. Mariana, this time she connects for 3. She's got 7, 42-29. And Mark, it's not even a hardcore 1-3-1 press. It's more of a press to get you thinking, and LA Mission's very deliberate in their offense. As Coach Oganian said, they're a scrappy team. They never give up, and they will always be in the ball game as Rodriguez falls down. Good defense by Beach, not reaching and simply moving her feet.
Well, and the other thing that you need to watch too, when you watch Saddleback, once they get into a rhythm, this will be the thing, Corey, as the playoffs go on, they cannot start slow against the upper echelon teams when they go down there.
No, and the rebound putback is not good by Beach, especially against Glendale. Glendale pretty much only gives up 40 points a game, basically, and reach-in foul on Mendez. Glendale is one of the toughest defenses in the state, and at that next game, if you start off slow, you're already done.
And if you're going to live with the 3, then you've got to. The one thing that's bothered me about Saddleback is there's been some passes that have been right there on the money, and the person catching the pass has not realized what can I do with the ball. You need to be prepared to shoot all the time when somebody throws you the ball. They throw it to me on the dead run. I got to lay it up, and I've got to make that basket.
And to advance in the playoffs, you're going to have to make those layups and all the chippies underneath and all the contested 2-footers.
Yep.
Rutledge gets the rebound on the Rodriguez miss. Psyche, Mina, this side, near side, doesn't matter. She's got 10. And a warning. So it looks like a delay of game warning, touching the ball after it goes through the hoop.
That was a late whistle, Corey, because they started the play. He let the players get about a third of the way up the court, and then he called it.
Of course, Jordan hasn't stopped talking the whole game, so that's one of the reasons. 2-on-1 break. Mendez crosses over, gets bumped, and the bucket. Kaylin doing work down low. Comes up with the steal, does a little, I'm not sure that was a complete Euro, but it was a long step.
And we talked about how they needed to come out in the second half and play the type of game they needed to play in the first half. The coaching staff conveyed that. The players are listening to them. Up by 19 here in the third quarter.
9 for Mendez, 10 for Mina, 8 for Psyche, 8 for Beach, 7 for Rutledge. Palming carrying over violation on Pasaye. 4 for Akinaka and 2 for Banks. Everybody that's played has scored. So just like that, 48-29. Down low, Beach up under, and another one. She's in double figures. And now it's 50-29. And the start of this third quarter of play is what you expected from Saddleback in this game. And this is what happens in playoff situation and tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
The team that you think is going to win starts off slow, but that third quarter, they find out their rhythm. And that ball was tipped. There's 15. Over Beach, no. And LA Mission, without their best player, is going to have a hard time scoring. And there's another cross with the left this time, and there's a blocking foul on Patterson. Again, when Mendez took that long step, not like a Euro, but a dub step to the left side, that's when Patterson moved and got the blocking foul called on her.
And this is when we looked at what they did in the first half too, Corey, is that Mission was making shots. Now Mission can't find the basket. And it's allowing Saddleback, who can run, to get out of the starting game and take off with the basketball.
One of two is made. Timeout taken with 4:20 on the clock. It is Saddleback 51, LA Mission 29 on Saddleback Basketball on SportsNetUSA.net.
Well, when you looked at the first half, if somebody would have said to you, hey, start that second half over, and Saddleback will be up by 22. By the way they played in the first half, you probably would have said, I don't think so. They're going to be lucky if they make it. But this is a team that played well against Orange Coast. And Corey, as a Saddleback fan, the only thing you can tell the team is, hey, look who's in front of you. Look who you will have to play. And if you play them that way, guys, round 2 is going to be fun. But that's going to be about it here on Sportsnet, because like you said, Glendale number 8 is not going to do that. And if you happen to beat Glendale and Santa Ana happens to lose their next game, you're taking on the number 1 seed in the southern section. And you sure in the heck can't play that way against Mount Sac.
So out of the timeout, Pasai will inbound. She's looking for Tapacio. She has her. Ufracio is also in the ball game along with Gaspar and Patterson. They break the press in the forecourt with Tapacio with the handles. Saddleback switches from person to person, now employing that 2-3. Matching up out of it. Gaspar drives, poked away by Mendez. Mina coming the other way on the break. Psyche hit the first 3 of the ball game from there. She doesn't take it this time and travels.
Anxious to make the move.
Good defense.
Anxious to make the move.
Drove her off the spot. And good D. You're always too negative.
Mine was positive. Anxious. That's a positive move. I want to do so well, I want to do it quicker.
No, that's totally different. I've seen that movie. High anxiety as Pasai steps through and she's fouled by Mina. Mina got caught. And she reached in for the foul. 3:27 to play, third quarter. 51 to 29, excuse me.
I could sing that soundtrack if Ed gave me permission.
Oh, no one will give you permission for that.
Oh.
51 to 30. And in the fourth quarter, we'll discuss the All-OEC team for the women. Front rim. Mendez. Rutledge just launching and missing. Beach rebound coming through. Nina. 53 to 30. And you look at these two programs. Second year in existence for the Eagles, and they're already in the playoffs. And when you look at the Eagles in the playoffs, they're the number 24 seed, but it doesn't matter. As Patterson drives the right side, Gaspar corner 3, rims out. Beach, 8 rebounds now. Psyche quickly up the floor to Mina. She sets her feet, launches the 3. She's got 13, and that's her third 3 in this quarter. 56-30. And you look at Mission, only good things ahead for Coach O'Gonian and her program. Mendez with the trip. You just love the story. You cannot help but succeed with a coach like they have.
If you keep getting the players, I agree with you. You know, and we know, Corey, so many players now want to go someplace where they're winning, where they're noted. They think that's the only way they're going to make it to the next level. Yet the good feel stories with talent bring coaches to you too.
Asai for three. She's open. Back rims. Rutledge with another rebound. Mina. 3 for 4, and she throws it away. 3 for 4 from beyond the arc in the quarter. Psyche's 1 for 2. Rutledge 0 for 1. Mendez 0 for 2. .15 on the shot. Nice back down. Gaspar has been the consistent key. She hit the first basket of the game and has really continued from there, being really aggressive for her squad. So out goes Song Jackson. In comes back in is Ashley Martin. Rutledge with the runner. .58. Coach Jordan Hamamoto is going to get his 21st win of the season. Nice drive by Rodriguez. Nayeli hasn't had a strong offensive output. She's got 7. Mina thought about the 3, this time drives, this time runner, this time back rims it. Rebound on the floor, bodies. As Beach will get the loose ball foul, Martin goes down. And Martin looks like a player, Mark, that you know she's going to hit the ground at least 5 times.
Yeah, she's got that physical attitude playing basketball. She understands that basketball is that physical game. Much that some people will tell us it's different and it used to be in the old days. Guys, it's still a physical game. All you have to do is watch it, be it on the men's and or women's side.
Hand off to Gaspar, double teamed in the corner. Nice smart play by. And there's a reach and foul. Yeah, he came from behind and hit her. And is that the 5th team foul? It looks like it is the 5th team foul.
I got 4 and 3. Now 5 and 3. There you go.
And Gaspar's to the line.
Corey's a little quicker than the official scorekeeper.
One free throw good, one free throw no good. Rutledge. .29, 4 seconds difference between the shot and the game. Gaspar has been it, pushes off, maneuvers with the left, no. Psyche with 5. There's 3. Rutledge. Banks. Blocked by Tapasio. So at the end of 3, It is Saddleback 58, LA Mission 35. This is Saddleback basketball on SportsNetUSA.net. And you look at the scores and some of the stats for the players in the ball game here in the first round of the 3C2A playoffs. For LA Mission, Nat Gaspar leads the way, the only player in double figures with 14 and 5 rebounds. Lasalle and Rodriguez have 7 each. Martin has 4 and Eufrasio has 3. For Saddleback, they've got 4 players in double figures. Mina 13, Mendez and Psyche and Beach all have 10 each. Beach also has 16 rebounds and 4 assists. Psyche has 6 assists. Rutledge 9, Akanaka 4, and Banks 2.
Of course, Corey was going to talk about the All-Orange Empire Conference most valuable player, Barnett from Irvine, Jackson from Cypress, defensive player, Williams from Irvine Valley. And how do I say Claire's last name as Coach of the Year?
So they did give Barnett the co-MVP, or did they give her the Offensive Player of the Year?
Here. There you go.
The websites need to be updated. Okay, so that's right. So Samantha Barnett had the MVP, Chris Jackson the Offensive Player of the Year, Claire Goki the Coach of the Year, and Defensive Player was Kivani Williams. So I was looking for that because I was wondering why Samantha Barnett wasn't on that list anywhere. When I saw it, they didn't have the MVP yet.
Oh, okay.
Nice give and go and drive by Gaspar. Good pass by Martin. So Nat Gaspar heading to the line to add to her 14 points. 6 times this year she had 4 steals or more.
Misses the first one. So Barnett of Irvine Valley, Jackson of Cypress, Beach here of Saddleback, Price of Irvine Valley, Rico of Orange Coast, Choi of Fullerton, Henderson at Cypress, Beard from Santa Ana, Psyche from Saddleback, and Williams from Irvine Valley. They were all first team OEC.
Well, that was theirs.
That was theirs. Yeah, that wasn't yours.
Yeah.
Yours was different.
The only thing missed on was Marina Leva for Cyprus made the team. Had Kayleen Vivo, the way she ran the offense for Cyprus, on the team. Instead, good defense by Rutledge on the right block, but there's Martin with the hustle rebound. She's got 7. And spinning in the lane is Violet Herrera from San Fernando High School. The freshman. She's got a world of possibilities next year as Rutledge. And another 3. So Mariana has 4 threes in the second half. And Brianna Mark, and again, just because your team doesn't win a game or won 1 game this season doesn't mean you don't have a quality player on the team.
No, that's true. I mean, you can have a couple quality players that are learning this game at the next level, too. Don't forget that. I mean, you're going from high school to college, and you're going to play everybody that's very much like you on the elite teams. It may take you a year to learn how to play that game.
That doesn't mean you should make all conference as Rodriguez puts the putback into the bucket. And it's 61-39. But I thought Brianna Ruelas from Riverside should have made the all-conference team. But she did not. So I had her on my team. Kayleen Vivo instead of Marina Leva. And they put Gianna DeForest from Irvine Valley and Marina Interiano from Cypress also, which are worthy selections as Akanaka misses, but the rebound goes to Psyche. And there is a question regarding the shot clock, I believe. But everything else, yeah. On the inbound, Rutledge, 3. No, not good. And there's a violent collision down the floor. That's Martin and Banks. And it wasn't anything malicious, Mark. It was just two players fighting for the ball, going after it. And both come up smiling.
So Joseph of Orange Coast, Mendez of Saddleback, Lakey from Fullerton, Gilman from Orange Coast, Rutledge from Saddleback, Graham from Santa Ana, DeForest from Irvine Valley, Leyva from Cypress, Rivera from Santa Ana. Those were the third team players who are in the OAC. Mark, get back to the camera.
Martin with the step through, this time with the left, draws the foul on Akinaka. And again, because she's versatile, she can use that right or left. It's very hard to defend her in the post. And Martin is a freshman, goes 5'8". And the way she's playing now, she a little bit reminds you of Sochi from Fullerton last year, and I forgot her name. But again, a little rough, a little raw, but again, an opportunity to be a very good player next year. And looking forward to see how her career progresses.
Yeah, again, Corey brings it up. It's dealing with a college coach, different from a high school coach, and what you learn along the way.
2 threes are missed.
I like her, Corey, because she can use the right or the left. That's what I really like about her.
Rodriguez faces, works on Rutledge, spins on the right block, blocked by Michaela. And it's 61-40. Well in hand. Saddleback will face Glendale in the next round. And 64-40. And again, 6:54 to play in the ball game, and that's not anything like running up the score, Mark. This is simply Saddleback, how they play. They take a lot of threes, and they will shoot a lot of threes. They will make a lot of threes. They will miss a lot of threes.
Yeah.
But they're just going to take them throughout the game because it's in the flow of their offense.
Well, and you can't blame a coach, Corey, getting ready for the playoffs, that you're going to go 10 deep. You can't look at other players that go on the floor and say, oh, by the way, I know you're a three-point shooter, but don't take any threes because I don't want to embarrass the other team. I'm going to go back what everybody says. Hey, it's your responsibility to play defense on the other side. Even if you are getting throttled, you need to play defense. You need to learn how to play it. And so it's not showing up the other team. Okay, I'm getting a look up here in the booth.
Yeah, it's nice when people say that until it happens to them.
Oh, it's happened to me more than once. Are you kidding?
We've seen a few times where teams have taken last-second shots after they were up big and teams didn't like it. Doesn't matter either way. 64-40 at some levels. The professional levels. Get over yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think the professional teams are the ones that set that attitude. Oh, you shouldn't do this. That isn't where the game's played.
64-40. Patterson, Jackson on the curl, right box, misses. Joined by Tapasio, Martin, and Pasaye. Saddleback in gray has the ball here. Psyche passes the beach, working against Martin. No good. Mendez, Rutledge, and Mina also on the floor for the Bobcats. So they are going to improve to 21 wins. 21 wins, 8 losses this season under second-year head coach Jordan Hamamoto. Martin not going to take that three. Gets to the elbow. 10 seconds to shoot. Does she take this three? No. And there's a hold on Psyche as Pasaye was cutting through the lane. So again, it's rough out there for LA Mission because they don't have their player that can score, basically. Pasaye is the second leading scorer, and there's a hold on the run through. But when you don't have your leading scorer, that person who can initiate offense, it's hard to get into a role that you're unfamiliar with.
Yeah, I mean, you get stuck in leading the team, and normally you're not that person. And again, watch her free throws, Corey. I swear. They have this wonderful backspin when she releases.
Beach chases down the rebound. She's got 18. "17 rebounds, excuse me. Rutledge has 12. And you know you're feeling good when Cassidy's stepping out and knocking down the tray. Patterson, reverse underneath. Did not clear, 5:30. Ponteras in for the first time. Jamie's a sophomore out of Cypress High School. General Studies and Natural Sciences major. Beach stepping out one more time, and she traveled. She kind of looked like, I don't know, Ginger Rogers, Debbie Allen, Sophia Copeland.
I thought she looked like somebody in a food line trying to get up to the front.
Patterson, Herrera, Tapasio with the ball, Martin and Gaspar on the floor. They're that team in blue on the right side. They're down 67-41. The Bobcats in gray will set their lineup on the offensive side. As Gaspar at the top of the key, a deliberate offense, looking down low. Herrera catches, battle for underneath with Ponteras, loose ball, scrum, and here's Rutledge with Ponteras. Akinaka, Mendez, and Mina. Mina's been the catalyst in the second half with 4 threes. Rutledge, back rims. Good box out that time by Martin. As we said, she was honorable mention in the Western State Conference North. Herrera, 3 attempts off the mark. 4:07 left. Ponteras misses everything. Saved by Kalina, right to Rutledge, and Michaela cleans up the loose change at 69-41. Patterson ahead of the pack, gets bumped, drops to the ground, but she'll go to the line. She's looking for her first points of the game out of Santa Clarita Christian High School.
Santa Clarita, was the home of Bruce Brown. Newport Beach guy that became extremely famous for his surf documentaries. Left Orange County and moved there. I don't know if his son is still doing the films or not. But a true legend of art, Bruce Brown.
Patterson checks out for Ufercio. Gaspar out for Paseo. Pasea. Tipped by Jackson. Another double team every pass, 69-42, 3:33 remaining in this one. Now you just want to get home and finish the ball game. No fouls on the runner. Looks like it was blocked from behind by Jackson. She corrals the second chance. That was missed by Saddleback. Tapasio aggressive almost turned over. Jackson with the cross. The floater doesn't drop. Contreras said, give me the rebound. I need some stats. She doesn't have any points, but she's got a rebound. 250. Takes another three, another air ball. And cannot be saved by Kalina. So Cassidy Beach is done for the night, Mark. She's done with 13 points and a career high at Saddleback, 19 rebounds.
Wow.
Her season high before this was 18 rebounds. So her 14th double-double of the season. Underneath, Pasaye misses long. Naka with the step through. (71 to 42). Nayeli Rodriguez with the bounce. Cutting through the lane is Herdsman. Turnaround off the boards, no. Reach in foul, loose ball on Martin. She doesn't like the call. Announcers don't really like the call either, because it stops the clock with 1:51 to play. That's the only reason, because the refs this game have done an outstanding job. The refs in the men's game did an outstanding job. So Coach Hamamoto is emptying his bench, and underneath Pasea. And there's a timeout taken by LA Mission after a good play. You call that timeout because you want to talk about it, Mark. You want to talk about that good play that you had, and you want to talk about leave the ball game with good memories, with a good feeling that, hey, it wasn't our night, but these are the things we did well. This is one of them. Now we build for next year. Now we build our program for years to come.
You know, it'd be a good memory. Somebody walking up here with a cup of coffee and 2 donuts. I'd have a great memory. I'd eat them up here. I'd pack equipment and get in my car and head home. Corey'd even eat 2 donuts right now. You wouldn't eat 2 donuts right now?
No.
You're not hungry anymore?
Oh, I'm starving.
Okay, well.
I couldn't eat a donut.
Couldn't eat a donut is what you're telling me.
Because the headache would be worse. So LA Mission will end the final 94 seconds. For right now, Herdsman. Ufracio, Martin, Rodriguez, and Pasea. Akinaka, Ponteras, Kalea Valdez, number 24, Banks, and Riley Hosokawa. She wears number 32 for the Bobcats. Paseo misses. Hosokawa with the rebound. Valdez almost has it stripped. Banks in the back court's got to get over. She does. Hosokawa pulls up for 3. No, that's Valdez who pulled up for 3. Banks tries to save it. She does, but out of bounds. And Hosokawa and Banks get out of bounds and both hit the floor. Both come back up laughing, so it's a good thing. 1-11. Yeah.
Great turnout tonight here at Saddleback. Give it to all the fans that stuck around for the end of this game. Men won earlier. Women tonight, so Saddleback double dips in the playoffs.
Rodriguez staying aggressive. And another timeout taken by the Eagles. The motto is you got them, use them. 71-46, 95-83 was the men over Chaffee. On Saturday in the second round, they will face San Diego City, who they faced earlier this season and won 71-68. So they're trying to go 2-0 against San Diego City this year. And the women, after this victory, they get their 21st win of the season. And they get a chance to take on Glendale, who's waiting for them at Glendale. Banks, Valdez, stolen by Herdsman. Rodriguez misses. Fracio gets the rebound to Pasea. Pasea airballs another 3, and that's her third airball of the game with 42 seconds left. LA Mission, you want to play hard, just don't foul. And Mark, since it's not a made shot, again, all 5 cannot be on the baseline out of bounds. Trapping in the corner. Hosokawa. Oh, excuse me, that's Valdez to Hosokawa now. Ponteras. Thought about a 3. Valdez cut off by Rodriguez. 20 to shoot. Banks calling for it. Doesn't use it. And out of bounds as she started the drive was Hosokawa. With 15.2. With 10. They're going to run the offense down low. Rodriguez, hook shot in the lane. The final score from Saddleback, 71-46. They advanced to the second round over LA Mission. For Mark Pavlovich, everybody here at Saddleback, I am Corey Neyland. We want to thank you for the doubleheader. 95-83 for the men, 71-46 for the women. You've been watching Saddleback Bobcat basketball on SportsNetUSA.net.